And welcome back. Day 6 of the Minnesota State Fair. Well, we'll go back in the audience in just a little bit. But first, she surprised some people when she earned a spot to compete in the women's marathon at the Paris Olympics. But no one is surprised now after seeing Minnesota native Dakotah Lindwurm race just a few weeks ago. I'd show it to you, but we'd have to give NBC $250,000. She was the highest American finisher in the marathon, finishing 12th. Dakotah ended the race. Listen to this. Dakotah finished the race less than 4 minutes behind the gold medalist. And we are honored to welcome her back to the show. Give it up for Olympian Dakotah Lindwurm. Hi, friend.
Hello. I'm so happy to be back.
I'm so glad to see you. Dakotah and I saw each other before the Olympics. Let me just ask, I want to start with let me start with the race itself. I want to talk about Paris, but let me start. Was there a mile that was difficult? You know, when I talk to marathoners, they always tell me, like mile 13 can be hard or mile 15. Did you have a moment that was difficult for you?
Oh, totally. There's one hill in Paris where the grade on it is 14%, which is like hands on knees, just trying to crawl up it. And that was really, really tricky and hard to get up. But not too long before that, I had taken the lead. And so I felt for a little bit, I took the lead out by Versailles, and I heard all of Minnesota cheering for me in that moment. So I had the Minnesota love to get me up the hill.
There are very few people that can say, I took the lead by the Versailles. I mean, that's pretty great. Was it hard not to get overwhelmed? You are a professional. You are a pro athlete. But you're in Paris. Was it hard to not just kind of be a spectator as you're running?
You would think that I would have enjoyed some of the sights, but you're so focused on the girl ahead of you or the mile you're in. You don't really see anything until the Eiffel Tower, because obviously that's so grand that it's hard to miss.
I'm like, I'm not in St. Louis. There's the Eiffel Tower. Yeah. Let's talk about the opening ceremonies. We all watched it. It was kind of like the Minnesota State Fair this morning. Very wet, I heard. Was it?
It was. We were soaked, but you could not rain on our parade. It was so much fun out there.
Was it just a blast?
Yeah, you didn't even realize that it was raining because we were just having the best time of our lives.
Can I ask, just because, being in TV and thinking about the production of things, how many people, whether it's the NBC crew or the Olympic crew, how many people are telling you where to go, like coordination? How does that work? Give me just a little nugget of how it works.
They had it to the minute. This boat needs to be here at this moment. It was insane, and they've got these crazy contraptions to, televise it on the river. It was insane, and there's people on each boat, obviously televising it. It was really cool.
So when you're on. Do they tell you?
Oh yes, they're like, okay, USA is next. Yes.
That is just nuts. What did you think of Paris in general? I mean, I know you were very busy, but if you don't mind me telling your business, you did find time to get engaged.
Yes,
that's right.
I did.
Congrats.
Yes. It was amazing. I mean, it's the city of love, so what a great place to be engaged. And the food was awesome. The coffee was amazing.
Look at the photo, everybody. This is the engagement photo. Look at that. Story forever, Dakotah.
Yeah.
And let me tell you, you said you heard all of Minnesota cheering for you. They were. Some Minnesota stars were cheering for you, including Anthony Edwards, I heard, Timberwolves star.
Yeah, so during the opening ceremonies, he walked past me, and I was like, I'm not going to be the fangirl. I'm not going to be the person who goes up to him.
Not going to do it.
And then 2 seconds later, I was like, I'll regret this for the rest of my life.
Yes!
And I geeked out, and I was like, I'm a Minnesotan, and he was as cool as he is on the court. He was amazing.
Everyone was talking about several things in the village. The stupid beds. They were talking about the muffin. Okay, was it a muffin? People were. Was it a muffin? Thank you, Erin. You would think Erin was like a pole vaulter. She's like, yes, the muffin. Okay, tell us, and the people that don't know, what was up with this muffin?
So it was not a muffin. It was a cupcake.
Okay.
So I think that made everybody confused.
Erin, it was a cupcake. Okay.
It was definitely dessert, and it was spectacular. I could have eaten 12 a day. It was
really
amazing. They were so good.
Because, sometimes those things, that go viral don't live up to the hype. That one lived up to the hype?
Lived up to the hype, for sure. It was amazing. It had like a lava chocolate inside, and it was a moist cake. It was so good.
Were all the athletes really talking about that?
Absolutely. It was like, oh, have you had the muffin yet? Have you had the muffin yet?
Really?
Yeah.
I hope you don't. I don't think you'll mind me asking, and because I mean this with nothing but love, but a lot of people know Dakotah sadly lost her mom a few years ago. You've been very open about it. We talked about it last. If I may ask, there she is. If I may ask, when you were running, when you were in the race, did you feel her presence, and how was she with you during the Olympics?
Yeah, I think that's one of the, if I could find a bright side to losing her, I think she has the best seat in the house to watch me race. So she got to run every step with me, and yeah, it makes me emotional to think about. She's the reason I'm a runner. So,
because she really nurtured your love of running, didn't she?
She absolutely did. She, forced me into track, which, I didn't think was going to work out. But if I could tell her, Mom, you were right, I would.
She voluntold you to do track.
Yeah.
I love that term.
Yeah.
Well, I really sincerely mean this. Our crew means this. We're so damn proud of you. Congratulations, Dakotah.
Thanks so much.
Give it up for Dakotah, everybody. You can follow her on social media. Her handle is Dakotah Lindwurm right there at the bottom of your screen. We're going to take a break. We're going to go live. Producer Baby Bjorn on a baby ride when we return. Back after this, everybody.